Hi, thanks for using my court coach. My name is Tate, and I will be your instructor as we go over Form FL-313-INFO. Now, this is called the Child Custody Information Sheet recommending counseling, and it's explaining the process that you'll be going through if you are facing child custody dispute or visitation dispute. Now, so if you are going through these decisions about making or getting a child custody order or a visitation order, this will help explain the process you're going to be going through. And it says, what is a parenting plan? The parenting plan can either be general or specific. It'll usually go over the schedule of times and days when you get custody and when the other parent gets custody or visitation, who provides transportation, how the pickup and drop off of the child or children is going to be handled, limits on traveling, treatment services. Sometimes the children are in therapy. So these are the types of things that will be addressed in a parenting plan. This also gives a brief description of what is legal custody and physical custody. Legal custody relates to decisions, who gets the decision-making power related to a child's health, education, and welfare. That's called legal custody. Physical custody relates to where the child lives most of the time, say 51% of the time or more. And then visitation refers to when the child spends time with which parent. Okay, usually the parent who has more than 50% of custody, we say that typically that person has primary custody, and the other parent has visitation. That's language that's commonly used. But in either case, in either legal custody or physical custody, the parents can have either joint custody, joint legal, or they can have sole custody. They can have joint legal custody and joint physical custody, or they can have sole custody or sole legal custody or sole physical custody. Or they could have sole legal custody and joint physical custody, or they can have joint legal custody but sole physical custody. So that's what that means. Can we make our own parenting plan? Yes, you can. You can make your own parenting plan, and in fact, it's encouraged to do that. If you and the other parent can come up with an agreement as to what your parenting plan should look like, that would be an excellent thing to, an excellent accomplishment. Now, if you do that, it would have to be you'd want it in writing, and then both of you would sign it. And as soon as the judge signs that parenting plan, that agreement, and as soon as it is filed with the court, it becomes a court order, just as any other order that is not come by stipulation. If the judge makes any other order, as soon as the judge signs off on your agreement, your settlement, and files it with the court, it is a court order. Now, what if there is a domestic violence protective order? You might want to talk to a lawyer to make sure that you have a parenting plan with the parent that would be approved by the judge. If you don't have a parenting plan, if you and the other parent are not able to come up with an agreement, you can attend what we regularly call mediation. There is a family court services office where they have a mediator, also called a child custody recommending counselor, who in theory is supposed to help you and the other parent reach an agreement about a parenting plan. Now, if you guys are not able to come up with a parenting plan that you both agree to, then this FCS mediator will make a written recommendation to the court about a parenting plan. That recommendation might be something that you are unhappy with. It might be something that the other parent is unhappy with, or that you're both unhappy with. So if you don't come up with an agreement, a recommendation will be made, and you may not like it, or you might like it. Who knows? So if you are concerned about when you go to the FCS mediation, you can either do it with the other parent there, all three of you are in a room together, or you can do it separate where you're talking to the mediator separately and then the mediator talks to the other party separately. Either way works. Now, you don't have to come up with an agreement, again, at the FCS mediation, but if you don't, the mediator will make a recommendation, and then when you go to court, the judge will just make a decision. It'll be left up to the judge to decide. There are other ways to resolve your dispute if you don't want to use the FCS mediation, or if you want to try to come up with a stipulated parenting plan outside of the FCS mediation. Here are some ways, 4 different ways that this form recommends that you might want to try. Again, at the court hearing, the judge will make a decision one way or another. And sometimes neither party is happy with the FCS recommendation nor with the judge's decision. And here this form recommends other options for you to look for help in coming up with your parenting plan. All right, that's it. I hope that helps and wish you good luck.